Good morning, family. This is Pastor Damien. Pray all is well. Listen, I just want to take a few moments of your time today and just encourage you. I want to talk for a few minutes about pushing past the pain. I can't help but think about Mama when she died in 2000. It was a tough time for me. I was a youth pastor here at the New Hope Church, where I'm now the senior pastor, the oldest African American church here in the city of Dallas, founded by blacks for blacks. But at the time, I was the youth pastor here, and I remember getting a call from my grandmother that I needed to hurry up and get to Big Methodist on Colorado here in Dallas. Mama had been in a coma for 21 days. I was sleeping on the hospital floor, getting up, going to my classes at Dallas Baptist, working on my undergrad, and then here to the church to do my work here as a youth pastor, and then back to the hospital, so forth and so on. My sister and I were struggling with what we were going to do as it relates to post-hospital care. The doctors had told her that Mama would end up being just a vegetable, too much brain damage, and there was really nothing they could do for her. So God, in His infinite wisdom, decided to take His child back home with Him. But that gripped me. That I literally wanted to quit ministry. I wanted to just throw in the towel and give up. Because how is it that a loving God can take my mother away from me? I told you in the previous video that I grew up a mama's boy. It was just me and my mama, right? That's all. And we come from a strong matriarchal family where my grandmama was the pillar, like many of you, and consequently, my mother and I, I love her deeply, loved her deeply. But what was tough was being a 21-year-old preacher at the time, having to eulogize my mother, and just really struggling after the eulogy and the days and weeks to come with this whole ministry idea of, Lord, if I can be found guilty of encouraging everybody else, but coming home discouraged. Because how is it that good things happen to bad things happen to good people? You may be asking yourself right now, I try to do everything that I'm supposed to do. I'm at work on time. I'm in class on time. I don't do anybody wrong. I do what I'm supposed to do. I encourage folks. I love people. And yet I still find myself being looked over as it relates to career moves, promotions, raises, things of that sort. All I get is the little 3% everybody else gets. But yet my work suggests, my attitude suggests, my go get it, and my grit suggests that I stay later, I work harder, I'm more dependable, more trustworthy, got integrity and character, and I know what I'm doing, but yet I'm overlooked. What do you do when the pain is so tough that it seems as if you're being taken advantage of, or it seems as if no one cares about you? I had to learn that lesson as a young 21-year-old preacher, having eulogized my mother. She told me when I first started preaching 3 years earlier, when I was 18, she said, son, there's going to come a day that you got to believe the stuff that you preach to everybody else. And friends, I had to fall back on that. I had to push through in spite of the pain. And I stopped by here to just encourage somebody today as we start Lent, 40 days leading to Easter, to encourage somebody today that you too, my friend, can push through the pain. Can I really tell you where I got this life lesson from, pushing through the pain? Listen, I went to Atwell, and I told you I was seventh grade year. I was a running back and cornerback, kickoff punt returner, and we were some bad boys. 8th grade year, I moved to quarterback. I was still kickoff returner, punt returner, and cornerback as well. But it started not during the game, but during the days of what we call Blue Monday. Those were the days that we had to run. And Coach Walton would run us till we would literally fall out. I mean, we ran. whether it was football, whether it was basketball or track season. Blue Mondays, we just did nothing but conditioning. And the reason I never lost a game my 8th grade year, why we were district champions in football, why I was able to lead my team to victory, it wasn't because of the game, but it was because of Blue Mondays. It was through the pain of having to run until you literally couldn't feel your legs. It was having to push through when you knew coach was depending on you. So when the fourth quarter came and we were needing to do what we needed to do, we came through because of Blue Mondays. And I stopped by to tell somebody today that today is your Blue Wednesday, that today is your struggle day, that today is your painful day, that it's only temporary, that your struggle is not permanent, friends. Your struggle is temporary. And although mama is dead and I miss her dearly, I can make it because I've learned how to push through in spite of the pain. And consequently, friends, we win. I need you to let that sink in. You're still a winner because we either win or we lose. There are no gray areas. And if you find yourself on the losing end, it's because you didn't do your part. But just because you have a setback doesn't mean you've lost. Just because you're going through some pain doesn't mean that God is through with you. Just because you're struggling right now, it doesn't mean that it's over. You got to learn to push through the pain. Somebody's marriage is jacked up. Push through the pain. Somebody's trying to rear and raise their children as a single parent or grandparent trying to rear and raise your children. Push through the pain. Some of you right now are ready to throw in the towel and give up. You say, this job hates me, my supervisor hates me, and there is nowhere for me to go. So I'm leaving. Friends, you can push through the pain. Weeping only endures for a night, but joy comes in the morning. This is your boy, Pastor D. Will. Listen, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Share this. And all I want to do in this season is just keep encouraging you. So these videos will continue to drop. If you don't like it, just keep on going. Let somebody else will like it. That's all good. But I just stopped by to encourage somebody today and let you know, friends, that you can push through the pain. No matter what you're going through, it always gets darker before day. God bless you. Peace.